Good evening everyone and welcome to the XRL Racing League F5 division stream tonight. Me and Sean Thompson are live here from Suzuka and we're going to give you hopefully a really good race and a really good spectacle to watch. Likes of Connor K and AZ Sassin look quick today, and well, Sean, how do you think it's going to go?
Sorry, I was just trying to get a penalty, so I start at the back of the grid. I don't really know, to be honest. I haven't really seen any of these guys practicing, so I don't really know who's going to be on top, who's going to be getting pole position, who's going to win the race.
Well, Connor K's won the last 2 weeks, and since his league introduction at Belgium, he has been incredibly good, picking up some top results. I think he's got a podium every race, in fact. Crazy Fish obviously can't discount him ever. Temper 3D also looking to get promoted, and with XRL Ayrton Senna missing the race today, his promotion chances are going to be fading away because it is very, very close between the pair of them.
Very close. Right. Let's go on board and see who we've got on track. Everyone's on out laps at the moment, so nothing.
Yeah, so we've got it's 2.5 minutes down in quali. We've got who we got signing in for the night. We have got
me.
Aha! We've got one of our new guys who possibly wants to join the league. I know you're racing in a social on Friday night at 7 Round India. It's BHA Captain Waiter. Hopefully you'll really enjoy these. F5000's a bit different to our other divisions because, well, the Wednesday night ones as a whole, because we haven't got as much content to show you other than the race. So hopefully you'll have a decent race. This is our bottom tier. I think that you're probably quicker than these guys, but it's good just to see what it's like and see what we do as a live streaming sort of thing on a weekly basis, and for next season a race basis, as we're watching Dave Paco 1, who is just started his first flying lap in the Ferrari. Brakes rather early, you can take that a lot later at that first corner, especially on the options. Runs deep, starts the S's now, takes the first one flat.
IMW2 Elite, just gone around the hairpin to the midpoint of Sector 2. That's a relatively clean lap, although he just made a bit of a mistake there, which is a bit silly actually, because it's on a straight and he's gone off into the gravel.
Dave Paco 1 going in the gravel at just the second turn in the S, the right-hander. I'm on board with Crazy Fish on the prime tyres, who's on the lap, so let's see how he does. Championship leader, and he's not doing too badly.
Like Wiley.
Right, so Crazy Fish here, up for a decent lap. Not a flying one compared to some of the other divisions, but it should be decent. And he's now going to go over the line. He's done a 1:34.5, which on the prime tyres for this division isn't too bad. Someone has gone faster than him. It's only provisional P2, and that's AZ
P1.
It's AZ Sassin in P1. I think if Crazy Fish went on the options, he could probably beat that, just because of the twisty nature of the track. Having that extra grip's probably going to get you quite a lot of time. We've got Sharky RM10 signing in for the evening. Good evening, Sharky. How are you? I think we're going to be getting some text updates from F4 tonight from XRL Fozzie or XRL Bobbert, who are both stewarding that race. They're going to be giving us some text updates on how the race is going. And hopefully, you know, that's a very, very close championship. We will be in F4 next Wednesday from Abu Dhabi at Yas Marina. I'm wrong. It's India next week. Sorry, I got that muddled up. India next week will be with F4. Then we're back for F5 at Yas Marina in a fortnight. And then the final 2 races of the season at Austin and Brazil will be following F4 and that ever-continuing promotion scrap between many. I don't know who's going to get that, if I'm honest, but it looks to be a very, very good championship as Connor K pits, and he's only done 34.8, which isn't great. We've got Temper 3D now on the option tyres. Let's follow the rest of his lap. He's gone wide at the second Degner.
Just for the sake of the league, I'm just going to say that I don't think Righteous Tag is in with a shot of promotion, otherwise we'll never hear the end of it.
Oh god, we've already gotten to that one, have we? Well, I mean, the last couple of results for Righteous Tag in F4 have been really good. And there's no reason to say why you can't do it. The problem is, there's just too many good drivers in front of him. Other drivers such as For example, Motorsport Nerd, who's picking his form up of late, he's shot up there. Seek B2 Ozone's quick, and he's pretty much starting to cement that second place in the F4 Championship. Hopefully, we will get some updates from some of the guys. I wouldn't expect any in qualifying, but maybe for the race from Bobbits and Fozzie, that would be useful. We've got 10 people watching the stream time, which is probably a record for F5. We don't get, you know, F5 doesn't get the massive turnout that the other top two, F1 and GP2, definitely do.
Nevertheless, we've got our favourite XRL member watching, and that is Swishbone. Hello and good evening, Swishbone.
Our favourite person in the league, fantastic commentator, and we'll be seeing
best character in the league, I think.
Definitely. And he'll be commentating alongside me in the F1 race round India on Sunday, where
I'll be racing in.
Where Lewis Hamilton needs to start catching, which yeah, of course you'll be racing in. Lewis Hamilton needs to start finding some points on Andy because races are running out. Tomo, these aren't quick laps from Tomo. I don't know what he's doing. I'm on board with Tomo. He didn't know whether to go in the pits or not there. I'm not sure what's going on. Eyes the Best, who's in the option tyres on the Red Bull. In the Red Bull on the option tyres, I should say. Just finishing the S's section. And his first sector's decent. It could always be quicker. It's a mid-33 going into the Degners, taking far too cautiously. But gets the apexes, so as long as he's keeping the lap clean, it's going to be a decent lap. And he'll put himself in a position where maybe he can have a go at the top lot in the race. Ran a little wide at the hairpin, but timings still look okay.
What's with all the sucking up, says Swish?
What did he say?
What's with all the sucking up? Can't take a compliment yet. Get back to the action anyway. Who have we got? We've got Ferrari F1 UK 97 on a set of prime tyres coming around the last chicane. Not looking too bad, although I don't think it's going to be a blistering lap time. Could be in the 35s, maybe the 34s.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a chance of starting to put himself in between a few people. AZ Sasson did a 33.9. It's not going to be that. It's going to be second. 4 tenths off that. So not
Ferrari
bad
F1
from
UK
Eyes the Best.
97 on the prime tyres, so it's a 1 minute 34.7. That puts him
That's
in
a
P4
decent
at the
time.
moment.
He's got an outside chance. Like Crazy Fish on the option tyres now. He did 34.5 on the prime. You'd expect him to try and get pole now on the option tyres. Runs a little bit wide, but it's not too bad. Keeps within the track limits just about. Brakes way too early. Can't. It's such a difficult corner that that hairpin. You can just run wide, especially if you've got ABS off, and to change the direction, it's quite easy to lock up. Crazy Fish just keeping it on the track limits again there. This looks a decent lap though. This should, I say it cautiously because you never know what can happen in the last sector, but he should get pole here, or provisional pole at least.
He's got the exact same helmet that I've got.
What one's that? Is it like a
one.
red one? Yeah, red one. Oh yeah. Well, I don't understand the what's so good about that helmet. That isn't that good. As well, that's slightly disappointing from Crazy Fish. He must have had a bad last sector because I fully expected him to go and beat AZ Sasson there. That's a rather disappointing time.
Get one more lap in, you reckon? One more run?
Yeah, he should do, but well, I wouldn't like to. He needs to go in the pits and get a new set of tyres because the tyre wear around here is just ridiculous. It's not worth doing 2 laps on a set of tyres because, you know, you're not going to get enough laps out of the tyres in the race. I'm not sure how it works out on 50%, but if anything, like the 100% GP2 race for me, and probably for you in F1 and GP2, you know, you can't be wasting too much in your quali. I know we had rain in GP2, but in F1, for example, can't really do 2 laps because you can't make it to the end of your first stint if you do that, really. Not comfortably,
really,
anyway.
This game, your priorities have to go connection before setup, before tyres.
Yeah, this isn't a flyer from Connor K. I would probably assume he's going to go in pit.
Yeah, probably.
Let's have a quick look at the timings then. The top guys are quite close. We've got AZ Assassin, who's 3/10 up on Crazy Fish. But then Connor K and Eyes the Best are all within, or just under a tenth of a second between each other, all on option tyres. Ferrari F1 UK is running on the primes at 8/10 behind pole and looking quite good. That's a decent time. Temper 3D, I would assume that's on a prime as well. With Dave Pack, IMW2 Elite and the rest probably on options. Flash Student needs to find a bit more time to keep his promotion push. Good to see Colonel Tomo back, but probably needed a bit more time on the track by the looks of that time. Hopefully he'll improve in the last few minutes of the session. Eyes the Best is on an outlap. Many of them will be on an outlap at the moment, trying to find someone. Dave Pack that's a bad lap already, so we're going to try and move to someone else. IMW2 Elite is on an outlap, I think, or a very, very slow lap indeed. Flash Student is on the prime. Quinn is just on an outlap as well. Tomo, let's watch a bit of Tomo and see what he can do to improve his lap time. He's got the DRS open, going down the start-finish straight. He's done a 39.0, which isn't great if that's on options.
Bush is asking for an update on last night's race. I don't know what happened, so I'm going to hand that over to you, Dan.
I was there last night. It was a rare GP3 live stream, which is always good to see. I don't mind filling in for some divisions. The shame is, my internet connection decided to have a bad night last night, so we didn't get all of it. We got the first third of the race, and then my connection started to play up, so we didn't stream the rest, unfortunately. But it was a decent race. And Iron Boist won the race on the last corner of the last lap against Velexity. Both of them making a lot of errors out there last night around here, dipping it in the gravel, going wide. Alonso, X25, he was there, he finished 4th. Ryan, W7799, finished 3rd. Ryan Wallace doing a good job there for the Caterham team. Those 4 were pretty much clear, but the rest weren't too bad. Lisbon Lions, who just turned up, looked quite quick. He retired in the end, he struggled in the race.
Currently on board with Flash Student 4, who's currently in P9, so got a lot of work to do. Just going through the S's through Sector 1, although it looks like he's backed off a little bit, so I don't think it's going to be any improvement. So it looks like it's going to be P9 at best.
This looks to be an improvement for Tomo. A 37.3 is probably not the improvement I was hoping for. AZ Assassin's about to start a lap. Here's Tomo's teammate of the night. Crazy Fish now, he's about to start laps. They're all starting to get to their laps. Connor K's only just started. These 3 are all extremely close.
We have the pole sitter, current pole sitter going for his final flying lap.
Yeah, let's get on board with him. They're all within the S section now then. They're all within the S's.
Not too bad, turn 1 and 2 as he comes to sweep round the S corners. Left, right, then left to the right again. Followed by that long left-hander. Crucial that you don't hit the gravel on the outside because that can hamper your time significantly. Then you have the 2 Degners on the right, which he'll be coming up to in a few seconds. See how he does this. Can he get the car right? Yes, he can.
Poor Captain Waiter, who has just commented, or just before Swishbone did, about the current F5 Championship. I'll quickly get the results up and try and give you a slight overview, just hopefully before the session finishes. Session flag has gone, they've got 2.5 minutes to get round and finish their laps. And AZ Assassin's the driver we're going to run on... Actually, no, we're not going to run on board with him because we've got a couple of drivers who are in 2nd and 3rd who are just a little bit further down the road. We're going to try and get on board firstly with Connor K, who's just about to finish his lap. He goes through the final corner at the Casio chicane. Keeps it very, very close to the pit wall and goes and improves to P2. Crazy Fish now has got Ferrari in the way. He shouldn't affect his lap. He doesn't. He sticks to the inside again. But it's no way as an improvement, but it keeps him in the same position. I'm W2 Elite here.
Improvement and there for Cassian, 133.7 to carry on his position in P1 there.
Right, so
That's it.
there you have it, guys. Sorry I can give you a championship overview. We will do that shortly. So Connor Kay, who has been doing well of late, has not got pole. AZ Sassin, who has took pole by just 0.2 of a second, with Connor Kay and Crazy Fish rounding off the top three. Those three very, very close, with Eyes the Best in fourth, Temper 3D fifth, with Ferrari on the primes in sixth. And we'll give you that championship overview now. Let me just get that one up. I've got to get the F5 division up. I haven't got that. For some reason I've got the F4 division up because it's incredibly close. So the F5000 division obviously reads with Crazy Fish 1, 2, 3, 4, our division head, leading the championship. But having said that, struggling of late. He's only picked up... Oh, sorry, I got that wrong. Yeah, he's only picked up 4 points in the last two races and is on 205 points. He's got a 55-point lead over a very, very tight second-place battle between XRL, Ayrton Senna, who is not here tonight and has really struggled points-wise recently. We've got Flash Student in third, also on 150, 55 points down on our championship leader, Crazy Fish. And Temper 3D, who's currently in P4 in the championship on 148 points, who's probably out of the pick of them, the informed driver. We've then got Eyes the Best in P5 with 115 points, 90 down on our leader, who he's looking not too bad of late. 2 points in last race, but then before then a couple of double-figure points finishes and doing not too bad. With Connor Kay coming in from the Hungarian Grand Prix, he's picked up podiums in each of his races, 3 seconds and 2 wins in his first 5 races, giving him 104 points. And he's got an outside chance of promotion if he keeps that up. And our pole sitter, AZ Sassin, failed to mention him. He's been in the league since Belgium, getting 2 wins, a second and a fourth in his races. And has currently got 80 points and has got a pole position here. So, you know, a couple of new drivers in the league only a few weeks ago have really stepped the game up and made this division a little bit more quicker than what it was. 65% rain for the race, something I didn't actually notice before. And Sean, who's going to win this one? After seeing qualifying, do you think AZ Assassin's got enough?
Well, I definitely think it's between the top two. They've definitely been the standout performers of the past few races. And I can't really see anyone else, possibly Crazy Fish in third place. And maybe Temper if he gets a good start, but I couldn't take it away from the top two.
Eyes the Best has had a few decent results this season. Don't think he's got it quite enough for a demanding track like this. I may be wrong. Temper 3D's an outside chance for a podium. I think he's got a decent shot. Ferrari F1 UK, don't discount him. He qualified on the prime tyres, a second down on poles. So, for the tyre switch, that's quite good.
I know if you start on the primes, it does make you slow off the line. You have a very slow first stint, which can really hinder you in the remainders of the race.
It all comes down to when the rain hits as well. I mean, prime tyres is always safer. You've got more of a window. It may be that there might be 1 or 2 stops before then, but he's definitely not out of it. But yeah, for me, I think it's going to be pole sitter. Yeah, I can't see anyone other than AZ Sassin winning tonight. Connor Kay looks good, but AZ Sassin, after his last week's success, will look to try and win again. Right, I'm hoping... Can you go and ask them if they're all ready to go?
I will do.
And as always, guys, try and get your comments in on the chat. We're hopefully going to hear from the F4 stewards, giving us a text commentary on how that's going. I don't think I've heard anything from them just yet, but I'm hoping that they'll get in good time. They're probably just finishing qualifying, in honesty. I think we got off on time. Hopefully they did as well. But we have yet to hear from them. It'll be interesting to hear who got pole position in that race. Maybe I'll comment on X, send them a message over Xbox. Right, so we've got... yeah, 50% race in the F5000 division. Our penultimate, or is it penultimate, sorry, it's our penultimate race coverage of F5. We've only got one more live stream of F5 this season, unless things change, and that will be in a fortnight's time in Abu Dhabi.
Standing by.
So let's hope they put on a show. Yes. Not for F5, not for F5.
Not for F5.
Not for
Put us
F5.
for all divisions.
No. Not this season. Next season. Anyway, we're on the grid for the Japanese Grand Prix from the F5000 division, sponsored by GT Omega Racing and GamePod.co.uk. There's AC Sasson on pole position. He's going to have a tough run down to turn 1 with Connor Kay on the inside of him. Let's not hope that there's a repeat of the F1 division, which is kind of Senna-esque. Senna and Prost-esque going into that one. But let's hope this is a clean race. The lights are about to go green. I was going to do a David Croft, and it's lights out, and away we go. And AC Sasson has got a reasonable start. He's held his own. He's used all of his curves just to remain in the lead. As we have, that looks like Guy's the best. Who's, I don't know if that's gone wide or we got a nudge. Hard to see from the lead, but someone's not even moved. Is that you, Sean?
Sorry?
Someone's not even moved.
No, it's not me. I retired.
Someone obviously wasn't there or missed the break or something, because it's a good 5 seconds down, and it wasn't because of an incident. He was at turn 1 as Crazy Fish puts himself on the gravel. Temper 3D is on the march, but Connor Kay losing a position early on here, and there you go, that's a position for Crazy Fish. Can he hold? He keeps it just in the track limits.
Ferrari F1 UK, he's currently in P4 behind this scrap for the lead.
Yeah, good, he's on the prime tyre as well, isn't he?
He is indeed.
Depends what his race pace is like.
Up with these three?
These top 3, they're really pushing the sort of standards of this division up in terms of pace. Crazy Fish losing the back end. I didn't think it was contact. I just thought it just understeered. 11 people watching the stream. Someone referring me as Crofty there for a second, or him as that. Oh, okay, Swishbone. Oh, Crazy Fish, too late, mate.
Ferrari F1 UK goes very wide. He's going to have to get that position back, and he does so.
So you don't. Positions remain as what they were. Crazy Fish getting a little bit deep on the brakes, going to the Casio chicane. Yeah, Swishbone mentioning that I'm a bit like Jonathan Edwards. I hope not, but
you got the right pitcher's voice to be like him, so you know. It's all
have
good.
I? Great. He's the best running wide at turn 1. He's under pressure from the Force India of Quinn 95, who capitalises on that one. And I's the best is just dropping down further and further in this race. We've got the Mercedes, or is that Ferrari F1 UK? No, it's Temper 3D on the options. He is really struggling off the start.
Ferrari F1 UK is right on the gearbox of Crazy Fish in the battle for the podium places.
I will get there. I'm just going to quickly work my way down as I's the best loses yet another place. IMW2 Elite has had an absolutely dreadful start with Dave Paco 1 rounding off the 11 who have turned up tonight. Unfortunately, a few people have been unable to race due to family commitments. Really, 2 of them are away because of family commitments. The others moving house. So, nearly a full grid, but not quite with certain things going on. I's the best should really be starting to make easy meat of these drivers like Colonel Tomo. As Tomo goes really wide, they both have. Really struggling.
Ferrari F1 UK, he's got the slipstream on Crazy Fish. He goes to the inside, he's going to take a run down to 130R. Can he make this stick?
I'm trying to get there.
Oh, what a move there. Ferrari F1 UK up to P3. He's going to run wide again at the chicane though. He's obviously not used to that heavy fuel load. Now he's got Crazy Fish all over the back of him. Going to be a battle of the gearbox here down to turn 1.
Right, we'll try and get on board with that one now then. So yes, Crazy Fish is here. No curves used though. Oh, as the Mercedes Ferrari F1 UK goes wide, but somehow has enough grip to hold position. Impressed by Ferrari F1 UK's start. He's gained a few positions. He's on the prime tyre. Who's to say he can't have a good race? Flash Student now, he's on the prime tyres as well, and just holding on to the back of Temper 3D. Where are you people, hey? 13 people watching the stream. It's good to see there's a lot of you watching tonight. Comment. I want to see a few more of you in the chat box. Fozzie, Bobbits, if you're watching, give us some F4 updates. Flash Student going rather wide there. Both of them really though. Let's go a bit further back. Eyes the Best is starting to make some progress.
When UK makes a massive mistake going down to Spoon Corner, goes right in the gravel. Not sure what he was doing there.
Really? It's just a curb.
I know. He must have not been paying attention or something.
Yeah, a loss of concentration.
Far enough ahead of Crazy Fish to get the
Yeah, he's actually kept position. He's got a decent sized gap. DRS is active and it is only on the start finish straight. Crazy Fish should just be within that 1 second, or he will be looking at that one. Both going wide, running wide. It's not as if they're running 100% fuel. I mean, if they're running 100% fuel, they'd be going off the runoff on the inside. No way they'd be able to stop the car. So they should really be able to stop the car a little bit better on the 50% fuel, but
any fuel that's different from qualifying is
Crazy Fish, what is he doing? He's ran really wide at turn 1. He's having an awful race, pace-wise. Flash Student's got past Temper 3D on the prime.
Battle up at the front. We've got Connor K closing right on the back of Azkazin at the front. There's nothing to tell between them.
No, there's not. I'm watching it right now.
Oh.
Connor K thinking about an inside move at the second Degner. Instead gets a much better run out of the second Degner. He's going to have a look around the outside of the hairpin, possibly. That's a brave move.
Quote from Swish Waller, death around the outside. Can he make it stick? I don't think so.
No. And in fact,
look at this.
the prime runner of Ferrari F1 UK sensing a possible move and nearly making it. He is looking absolutely fantastic. Look at him go. He's caught onto the back of these guys like anything. He just seems to have more grip out of those primes as well at the moment. It will be getting to the stage where these option tyres will be starting to wear out, so Connor 90. I was trying to find you. I wanted you to race tonight. It was my fault. I got on really late.
Lead changes. Connor K has taken the lead from Azkazin, has made a mistake.
Yeah, he ran wide at 130. I don't think you'll be allowed to keep that one, unfortunately. You got
Ferrari F1 UK has got to give that place back. He made that illegally. He went off the track to take that position, so he has to give that place back.
Which, yeah, whether he meant to give that back there or not, I don't know. But that's fair play. He's given it back within the lap, so we won't take anything from that one. But yeah, Connor 90. I was trying to get you involved tonight because I know we had a couple of spaces, so I just couldn't get there in time, unfortunately. But hopefully, if you can get onto the forum, as Ferrari F1 UK giving a nudge there, I think I might have to write that one down. On AZ Sasson there.
Azkazin's making too many mistakes here. He's just gone into the gravel again at the second Degner.
But yes, as I said, Connor, if you can get onto the forum, I've activated your account. You need to get on board on some of these social races that are happening on the new driver information forum. On there, get involved. I mean, we've got 12 people signed up for the one on Friday. I'd love it if you could race. And we can see a little bit more about you and hopefully get you racing before the end of the season if we get a space like we have tonight in F5. Flash Student in P4 currently. He is not doing too badly actually on the primes. Probably about 3 seconds down on AZ Sasson. Crazy Fish has pitted. He's now in P5, trying to get an undercut on some of these guys. He has been struggling, just going back in the race. With Dave Pack actually in 6th place, he's fought his way up, but he will have to pit. Temper 3D now in P7. So our race leader Connor K is in the pit. Where will he come out?
Ferrari F1 UK will now take the lead.
Yeah, he'll be going probably 3 or 4 more laps on those prime tyres. So
is that Azkazin's pit as well? Does that mean it's a prime first and a prime second at the moment on lap 6? Connor K has come out in P3, and I think Crazy Fish has split Force Injury and the Williams.
So where has he? Where has Connor come out again? So AZ Sasson's in. So he's come out just ahead of Crazy Fish, who did try and undercut. Which, yeah, this is going to be an interesting battle between, I think, 3 or 4 drivers here. So it's tough to say. I can't pick a winner. Connor's should have the pace to get rid of Crazy Fish, but at the same time, I don't know what.
There.
Yeah, but Connor Kay didn't even feel that by the looks of it and the way he drove. Just as if nothing happened, so. Crazy Fish just driving a little bit erratically at the moment behind the McLaren there. Thanks, Swish, for putting the link.
There by IMW2 Elites around the outside of the second Degner. What a move.
Sort of shame we weren't on board with that one. Colonel Tomo.
Back through some of the other drivers. We've got Temper 3D on the back of the Williams of... I'm not... The other Williams, have a look. Colonel Tomo going down to 130R.
Quite surprised to see Temper as far down as this. I mean, he should really be a lot higher. As Tomo looks like he has gone into the box, and Temper has retook 7th place. Eyes the Best, who's had his pit stop, has gone into 6th, so he's starting to improve his race, a 38.9 being his quickest lap, which is only 3/10 off AZ Sassin, so the lap times are improving from him, and it's just a shame. I think most of the damage has been done.
Right, now that things have settled down relatively, settled down a bit for now, I want to talk about the season opener at Melbourne on the 16th of March. What do you reckon? What are your predictions for that race?
There's only going to be one finisher, and that's Fernando Alonso. No, not really. I could say that.
Vacuum cleaner.
Yes, very funny. Oh, good news from LGS. His Xbox is fixed, and he'll be racing in the Classics tomorrow. Happy days. Yes, F1 restarts a week. Sunday will be the first race, with qualifying on Saturday and the free practice sessions, where I will be definitely staying up until early hours in the morning. I probably won't go to bed that Friday, and just...
I'll second that one.
And yeah, it'll be really interesting to see. It is. I love just staying up that extra little bit and just watching some of the F1 for the first time on an open. I don't really watch the practice sessions, but Australia I do. But realistically, you are talking Mercedes, Williams, Force India look good. I mean, I don't think they've quite got the right package, but Williams look very strong. The amount of reliability they've had and the lap times they're getting almost matches the Mercedes. Not quite, but then you would expect that, considering they're not developing their own engine. They're having to use someone's engine, and where they've been finishing over the last few seasons. I mean, you don't just all of a sudden go from like 9th to winning. They do look quite good. Ferrari look good. Outright pace isn't there,
the McLaren team, especially with Kevin Magnussen, is performing very well at the tests. So it could be a good shout.
As much as I hate McLaren, I mean, yeah, they do look good. You can't discount them. I think my championship prediction is going to be shock. Well, it's not really. Rosberg. Everyone talks about Lewis Hamilton in that Mercedes, and I think Rosberg goes a little bit unnoticed. He is just as good as Hamilton, and I don't know, I have a good feeling.
I think the Mercedes pair are a strong pair, definitely.
Them and the Ferraris have got the strongest pairs. I don't know.
Ferrari's got the most experienced pair.
Yeah, but they're both good drivers.
Well, you know, it's one of them. You know, Raikkonen's a good driver, although he did crash his Ferrari at Bahrain. Just if anyone didn't know, he didn't completely make a hash of it at turn 4. Spun it round and completely wrecked the front end. You know, it made the car look better, but I don't think it'd be running very well.
Yeah. Well, you're just trying to piss me off now. You know what you're trying to do.
I wasn't doing that.
No, exactly. IMW2 Elite, his pace looks okay. He's down in P9. Quinn, we had a little bit of a shout out for Quinn earlier. There he is in P9. Thank you. I have to agree with Captain Waits there on the chat box. He says Massa will look good this year. I mean, it's the first season since 2008 where he lost the championship to Hamilton at Brazil right on the last lap, where I think we'll be able to see the best of him. You know, he's always been in the shadow of Alonso at Ferrari. The Ferrari has not necessarily been a competitive car. The trauma of his incident at Hungary in 2009, I think all of that together has just, you know, took the edge and the spark off what is a great driver. And maybe this Williams he's driving this season with the Mercedes engine could be just enough. I think he'll outperform Bottas. However good Bottas is as a driver, I think he'll outperform him.
Looks like you've been told off by Swiss there. He has condemned you for using bad language.
Bad language, right?
When you mentioned that I like to pee you off, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Swish, but I believe that's what it's for.
Well, yeah, okay, I'm so sorry. Tomo running really wide there. He's struggling. He needs to just find a little bit more. I mean, this is his first race back in a long while, and I think it is acceptable. But Connor Kay, he's built a bit of a gap in the lead. 10 laps down, he's now starting to build a bit of a gap. Crazy Fish, who was right behind him at the pit stops, has completely dropped off. He's probably about, what, 4 or 5 seconds down now. He's showing good pace, but not great pace. As, was that a sign of rain? Was that a spot of rain going under the tunnel in Sector 2? And going through that hairpin now, I swear I just saw another. I think it is. Sean, can you confirm?
I am having a look. Here we go, just going through the tunnel after the 2 Degners. I'm not seeing rain at the moment.
No, maybe it was just me. It's definitely clouded over in the last few laps though. We'll have to keep an eye. It's definitely a few laps away yet. Even if there was a spot of rain, it's still going to be a good few laps. As now, we've got the Mercedes, a Ferrari F1 UK. He went on the primes in his first inning. He's on the options as Crazy Fish, pitting after only 10 laps for his second stop. He hasn't done. If he did option, yes, that's fine. But option prime, it must be a pure strategy choice because of the rain coming in a certain.
Now. I can see drops of rain.
So realistically, it's probably still 4 or 5 laps away. I mean, in GP2, it was raining, but a lot of people stayed out on the primes or the dry tyres.
There's
Ferrari F1 UK getting around past AZ Sasson. It's not for the first time, a little bit debatably there. Just a little bit of a nudge as he goes in the gravel at first. Degner locks up into the other gravel and he's lost that position.
Some very valid points there on the stream there, Dan. There could be children watching.
I'm sorry, okay? Forgot F1. So. Yeah, you bring out the worst in me, you do, Sean. Okay?
Oh, so it's my fault that you resort to bad language.
Yes, sure.
As evidenced by your claim to my homosexuality before the start of the race.
What? You're just lying.
Just to clarify, that's not true. Just for anyone who...
Just trying to land me in trouble again. 10 for 3D, P6. Quinn, P7. He's actually starting to gain a few positions with Dave Pack, who's also, he was last for a large proportion of the first sort of stint. And he's worked his way up now into P7 with a good move round the exit of the spoon curve. So can Quinn get that position back? He's got a third of his curves. Probably will use that on the exit of the Castigo chicane along with DRS. He's backed off at 130R. Both locking up pretty badly there. But definitely took that corner a lot slower than Dave Pack. And Dave Pack's just driven away. Forgot to use his curves right until the last. He's got DRS, but he definitely lost about 8 tenths in the final corner alone. let's have a little rundown then. Sean, give us a rundown.
Right, okay. We currently have in first place Connor Kay with the fastest lap of a 1:37.1. Then we have Azkassin in second in the Williams with a personal best of 1:38.2, so quite a bit slower. Then we have in third place Ferrari F1 UK with that fantastic start in the Mercedes, currently on a 36.9, which I believe is the fastest lap so far. Then we have Flash Student, don't know where he's come from, qualified 9th place in the Ferrari, he's currently on a 38.5. Crazy Fish, bit disappointing, having to pit twice in quite a short period of time in the McLaren with a fastest lap of a 1:37.8, although I suspect that will change quite dramatically with the fresh rubber he's got on. Then we have Dave Pack, the other Ferrari, who started P8, has made 2 positions from the start, currently on a 1:38.6. Then we have Temper 3D in P7, he's dropped a couple of places in the Mercedes, currently on a 1:38.7. Then we have Quinn 95 in the other Force India, starting 10th, so he's made up a couple of places. He has currently got a 1:38.8. Then we have Eyes the Best, who has dropped significantly in the Red Bull on a 38.9. And we've got Colonel Tomo P10, and rounding it off we've got IMW2 Elites in P11.
We've got varying strategy as well. AZ Saston, Ferrari F1 UK and Flash Student are top 3, only pitting once, with Connor Kay and Crazy Fish both electing to pit twice. The rain is starting to fall a little bit quicker now, but there will still be a couple more laps until we get towards pitting at least. It's still reasonably dry, there's only sort of spits and spots. As look how much AZ Sasson is struggling on those prime tyres. Ferrari F1 UK just ate up that sort of, there's about half a second and it's just turned into nothing at all now. So he's definitely closing in on for the lead. And on those option tyres, he was flying in his second stint, running wide at Spoon quite badly as well, just got it all wrong. Now oversteering on exit. He's not had a great corner. He needs to keep himself really within a few tenths to have a go down after the Casio chicane.
Right, my throat's a bit dry, so I'm going to go and get a drink.
Okay, I think I'm going to have to do the same when you get back. Right, but Ferrari F1 UK is not doing too badly here. He really needs to get a move done, but they both pit at the same time. Now, can this be a battle on the pit stops? Can Ferrari F1 UK get ahead of AC Sasson? He has the luxury of being the first car to pit, which can mean quite a lot, as the second one will have to possibly let him go through. Will he get? No, he won't. So Ferrari F1 UK getting ahead there. He had to let Ferrari F1 UK go through on the exit of the pit, and they fall down into P4 and P5. Who's in front then? So we've got Crazy Fish in P3 with Flash Student up in P2 now. His lap times haven't been impressive, but he's plodding around. He's gone wide at the final S there, and he's struggling, and there's Crazy Fish with the move. So Flash Student, yes, definitely struggling. 38.2 is not the pace of the front runners. He should be overtaken by the likes of AZ Sasson and Ferrari F1 UK, who are both on the option tyres. I think they've made a slight strategy error here, because Connor Kay has just gone miles away from these guys. AZ Sasson was our pole position driver and has dropped a lot of time. Right, we're going to go a little bit further back now. We're going to wait for that battle to develop. We've got Temper 3D in 6th with Eyes the Best in P7. He's got a little bit of a gap to Tomo. Dave Pack, who's got to try and get past him again. And I think that's IMW2 Elite in P10. So these three at the back of the pack. We've got Connor, I believe, in P11. He's only a few seconds down on these guys. Let's keep an eye, see if this develops into anything. We're halfway through the race, as Dave Pack's struggling there to keep it on the track at the exit of Spoon. Dave Pack getting all sorts of wide there. And IMWT Elite making the move. But Colonel Tomo pits after 14 laps again. Connor will go through, so Tomo is dead last. But he might have better pace in the rain. We'll only have to go and find out. But the laps are running out. There won't be too many laps in the rain at this rate. It's just not falling down as quick as what we were probably hoping for. I was expecting it to be a lot heavier rain at this stage of the race than what it is. Right, I'm going to try and persuade the F4 guys to come give us a bit of a text update on their race. I want to know how it's getting on. And that means that I'll have to quickly send a message to XRL Boberts. As Dave Pack runs incredibly wide straight into the gravel at the exit of the hairpin. Is that a sign that the rain is getting too much? It is definitely heavier, sorry, wrong choice of words, heavier in this sort of section of the track. Right, so for Captain Wader, who is watching tonight, I hope this has been sort of a nice insight to see sort of how we do our live streaming, and you know, he should come and watch our F1 race on a Sunday night if he can do. That is by far our best one, the F1 division. I hope you are enjoying what you're watching. Sean, sounds like you're back. We're going to try and find. We're going to have to try and find a quick battle, because I'm going to have to join Sean in getting a drink, because my throat is incredibly dry and I've got a cold, so I need to get something to drink. But there is not many battles out there at the moment. It all seems to have calmed down at the moment.
Very interesting point by Swishbone here.
Yep.
Saying if the rain is heavy enough at all, because if you think about it, the rain isn't too heavy at the moment, and
That's
I think
what I
it
was
must have been
saying.
for about 7 laps now.
Yeah.
Make that 8.
That's what I was saying to Swishbone. I was saying with the rain percentage, I was expecting it to be a lot heavier at this stage, and the laps are running out. There's only going to be, what, 10, 11 laps left? As we've got Flash Student in the pits for his stop. Well, that's Crazy Fish, sorry.
Came in a lap ago.
Is that Crazy Fish the first one to blink? He's gone on to Inters.
I don't know if...
I don't know. I don't think it's that.
Different to what they see.
No, not in terms of tyre compound.
You can see the spray coming off the tyres.
Yeah.
It will take a lap to find out whether he has made the right decision or not.
Well, he's got a battle with, I believe that's Flash Student in P4 and 5, and Flash Student's just drifted past him. Having said that, it's not as straightforward as that. Crazy Fish is not giving up here. Let's see if this is the right tyre choice from Crazy Fish. He should, if it's the right one, he should be able to get that move done. And there is a little bit more, as he's run wide into the first Stigner. I mean, he hasn't done too badly through the S's. This part of the track's been a bit heavier. There is a bit of spray coming up from the car, so let's see how he does. It's something you've got to commit to. You can't go in, put dries on, and go out on the wets in like 3 laps. It's something you're now going to have to commit to. He runs a little bit wide at Spoon, but he's starting, that gap's not really gone any, since his little going wide at Spoon, that gap hasn't opened up too much.
Ooh, there's a battle going down towards the hairpin in Sector 2.
Yeah, I just saw that on the mini-map. I think that'll probably be Connor. Would that be Connor? And Dave Pack, who's ran wide. Dave Pack ran wide into the gravel, and he's now got it all to do again on Connor for P9 and 10. I think, yeah, this wet weather is starting to make the dry tyres just a bit unstable. I've seen a few too many errors from a few of these guys now. Connor K almost coming up to lap Colonel Tomo. AZ Assassin's now in P2. He's about 10-12 seconds off the lead, with Ferrari F1 UK in P3. He's actually way clear of Crazy Fish, who's not even in P4. He's pit again. Oh yeah, he pit for his Inters, hasn't he? And I think, looking at it, it's kind of the switchover point now. Crazy Fish isn't losing too much time on the Ferrari down the road. In fact, I'd say starting to close. It's a switchover point this lap, I would say.
See what Connor does in the lead, see if he pits or if he carries on.
I would say he'll do what AZ Assassin does.
He is boxing. So, there's a lot of debris.
Right, so let's get back up there then. She said, we've got a race leader in the pit. Interesting to see what Ferrari F1 UK does, who's struggling out with Casio. He stays out again. I think it's a switch over point now. AZ Assassin stays out.
See what happens.
And Connor K is pit for primes.
Yeah,
Pit for dry tyres, yeah. I think that's a slight error. I think he was not pit for a wet set of tyres. That can't be right.
It's going to cost him.
Oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, that's a slight error.
This situation, what do you reckon the ball was? Ferrari F1 UK runs a bit wide there at the end of the first sector. What do you reckon the best tyres are to be on in these conditions? The options or the primes? If we take away the intermediates, if you had to choose a slick tyre.
Oh, choose a slick tyre. I don't know. I'd always thought primes, but at the same time, you get more grip than the options. So
you've got more grip than the options, but the primes are more towards their operating window. The cooler conditions when the rain hits the tarmac.
I think that's Dave Pack just getting out of the way there.
Dan, you've been told to get closer to your microphone.
Sorry, I haven't got it on me. I was going to go down and get a drink. So, I'm sorry. Connor K then, he is, well, I would say he made an error in putting the tyres on. But, even with that error, if it was one, which it is because he's pit again, he's only a second down on the lead.
Going to work out well for Crazy Fish. Probably currently P4. It's going to take the lead, I reckon.
So strategy from Crazy Fish.
We're seeing some good times set by drivers on intermediates.
The question is, will his intermediates last to the end of the race?
They're gonna have a much fresher set of tyres, aren't they? It's not a massive gap. I mean, there's 7 more laps after this one, so 8 laps left in this race. Yeah, the tyre wear here is not great. I wouldn't think that you could do it. I mean, AZ Assassin, they're gonna have much fresher tyres. Oh dear, F4's not gone so well tonight.
What's happened then?
Don't know, Bobbitt's just said, oh dear. AZ Assassin getting a long wheel slip out of the exit there. I'm going to leave it on board with Connor K. I'm going to go quickly get something to drink because I am really thirsty now. Hopefully we'll see Connor K start to close that gap on AZ Assassin. Well, you did the same to me, so deal with it.
There you go. Bit of sass there from our founder of the XRL League. Let's carry on. Let's have a look at the fights further down as we've got, I believe, Connor K, who's dropped a bit from as captain in second place. Got no other battles really at the front, although they're both second and third are closing in on Crazy Fish in the lead, who's on much older intermediate tyres. Look, as the gap is pretty similar between first and second, and then second and third. And then fourth place, the Mercedes and Ferrari F1 UK, I believe, is a bit further behind. top 3 appear to be reached in traffic. I believe that is that Colonel Tom. Let's have a look. It is indeed, I believe. Yep, there's Colonel Tomo and the Williams who will have to yield to these 3 as they come through to one the others. Good evasion there by Colonel Tomo. Got a good battle here down to the hairpin as Connor K makes a move down the inside there. Good move. Now he can go and charge forward to try and take Crazy Fish and carry on for the victory. Someone asked your opinion, Dan. Tries to fight back.
Connor K having to... Ooh,
Dave Pack disqualified. Now, I wonder what that's for.
Connor K is going to have to go around the long way round on Crazy Fish, but AZ Assassin's got a great run on the slipstream there, and he might have a run at 130. Ah, 3 of them. The 2 of them gone wide.
Always going to be interesting. Free wall. That was always going to happen.
Unfortunately, yes. Crazy Fish's pit, so it's a race between the 2 of these guys for the win then, because I can't see these guys' tyres running out.
We've seen a few cars come in and put on...
Can't forget him.
Pit in and change yours if you think the conditions warrant it.
No, definitely not. He's actually really starting to close that gap. He's currently in P3 and he's doing some solid laps.
I always thought he was going to win the race.
Oh yeah. Crazy Fish has actually come out in P4, so that's probably the minimum he's going to get out of today's race, which is a solid haul of points nonetheless. So
Caspian goes very wide into the hairpin.
In fact,
I think F1 UK the chance.
Yeah, that gap's really coming down.
5 laps, 2 cars. Do you reckon it's possible?
I don't think he's quite got the pace, but you never know in the rain. Just, you know, all it takes is one spin or dipping it in the gravel. That could be your race gone. When the gap's only 3 seconds, probably between all of the 3. Keeping it on the straight and narrow is more important than the general lap time.
What I find a miracle is there's been no lag or connection issues as far as I can see this race.
Happy days. What was F1 UK? Yeah, last week apparently was pretty bad in F5. It's good to see it sorted itself out this week, but getting a bit tight turn 1 there, AZ Assassin. Ferrari F1 UK hasn't really closed that gap up like I thought he was going to this lap. We will get the top 3 in as well. So if you guys have any questions for them, just give us a shout. We'll try and ask them the questions. But going forward to next week, or well, the rest of this week I should say, 80s division is finished. The 80s Classics is finished. Just leaving us the 90s race tomorrow at 8 o'clock on Twitch, 50% race. And then...
What track's that?
Oh, you are testing me. You are testing me, Sean. That is one with many answers.
The reason I'm asking you is because I haven't got a clue and I'll be racing around there tomorrow.
You need to get some last minute practice then by the sound of it.
I do, I'll do 1 lap. Go with the nudge approach.
Well, yeah, that does work for good drivers, but that's not you, is it? Oh, he went there. No.
That was overly harsh.
I'm sorry. By the way, sorry, it's Jerez tomorrow. It's the European Grand Prix.
Right. Jerez in
the 90s, and that is round 13. So yes, 80s finished. 80s finished last week. Get onto the forum. It'll be on there. LGS would have posted it. But yes, that'll round off that week, and then we'll be off to India. It'll be me and Pete Marcroft in the box on Sunday, 100% at India for the F1 division, with pre-show starting at 25 to, I just make up each week, 25 to 8. It will be this week. I'll be ready. I'll be hopefully ready in good time. Motorsport Nerd will have his motorsport notebook. I will have our overtakes of the week from the leagues racing again. So this week, you know, hasn't been like previous weeks in terms of like last couple of weeks been really good. Finding some, there's plenty. We've got enough. I mean, wouldn't mind a couple more. Connor K's move actually was quite good a couple of laps ago on the inside at the hairpin on AZ Assassin, effectively for the lead. But yes, we'll be there for the pre-show at 25 to 8 on Sunday at India at the Bud International Circuit with Pete Marcroft and me, giving you 100% race commentary. Then on Monday, Pete will be in the box for the second time this week with Lee Sutherland on GP2, hopefully watching me close the gap on the rest in the championship. I've had word from Fearless saying that he won't be back until Brazil, possibly Austin, if he's lucky. So I think that's championship over for him, really, which is a shame. And then back to Wednesday, don't think there'll be any GP3 coverage next week. Unfortunately, I'm back to playing football on Tuesdays, and I don't think we've got anyone else to stream. So we'll be here on the Wednesday night at F4 next week, not F5. Hopefully watching.
That student is in the pits on lap 25 for another set of intermediates.
Really? Gotta be quickest lap. Why would you put that late? It's 2.5 laps to go to the end.
Got the gap. So
Crazy Fish. Quick note on him. He's really closed the gap on Ferrari F1 UK.
Surely it can't be enough. There's only 3 laps to go.
Yeah, less than that, isn't it? Really. I think the guys are pretty much going to hold 8 positions now. We've got first and second. AZ Assassin's kept a similar gap to Connor K pretty much since the stops, but he just can't get close. He can't get close enough to win the race. Yes, that is a good one. Sorry, Pete, we forgot that. F1 Division is a simulcast. We'll have Channel 1 and Channel 2 both in action. And looking forward to next season, if everything goes right, Channel 2 will be used a lot more. It will be used for 3 streams a week. But F1, GP3, and Tier 6 probably. As we're now starting the penultimate lap of the race, AZ Assassin's got a lot of work to do if he wants to catch up. As he runs wide at turn 1. But then on the exit they both run wide. A correction there going through the S's. He's got the first part mucked up. He's going to have to go a bit slower to compromise. Though Connor K is struggling a little. Watch this from Connor K. He's definitely not won this race yet, Connor. Oh, as AZ Assassin runs wide at the hairpin there. And that gap's definitely opened up since that hairpin. Got wide and then down towards Spoon, just not having the same sort of drive on exit. But the hairpin has affected him. So that looks like our top 2 is pretty much sorted. Ferrari F1 UK, that gap is starting to drop quite significantly. But at the same time, I think 3rd and 4th are pretty much sorted. So I think positions are going to remain the same between now and the end of the race, with only 1 more lap to go, as AZ Sass is having to correct himself many times there, and he is, yeah, those lap times are struggling compared to Connor K. who just seemed to pull out a decent lap in the end, and that should be that as long as he keeps it. Good. I was surprised we haven't used the wets this race, and it's great to see such turnout for F5000 for all of you guys watching the stream. It's really good to see that you're all watching and taking an interest, and hopefully you'll all be here on Sunday night when we do the F1 stream. Hopefully Sean will have a good race. How does it feel for India, Sean?
Oh, it's not good at all, really. I find it funny how you said hopefully you'll have a good race. But yeah, it's not looking good. I've been racing against some of my fellow GP2 racers, and I've been a second plus off the pace on the same tyres. I'm a bit concerned because I need the points if I'm going to beat XRL Fearless in the championship, but it's going to be close.
Well, he's not around until probably Brazil now. He said he'll get internet on the 24th of March. Which... I
thought we said it was going to be around Abu Dhabi.
No, they didn't even call him until tonight. So, you know, for some reason he just thought, oh, they'll come out straight away as soon as we call them. Unfortunately, so you got a few more races.
Relief, then. So
really the championship should be won with AZ Assassin actually struggling. And last lap Banzai from Crazy Fish going through 130R. He makes it stick. And Ferrari F1 UK losing a place and that podium on the final lap of the 27. And here's...
The phone's going, I have to answer that.
Okay, that's fine. And Crazy Fish somehow pulls out 3rd place. Flash Student will return home P5, but let's start to get some of the guys in and get their opinions on the race. And, well, Connor K winning again. He's done well this week. AZ Assassin's not done himself any wrong there. Crazy Fish unlucky. Not Crazy Fish, sorry, Ferrari F1 UK unlucky to lose that 3rd place in the podium position on the final lap of the race. As we start to get our top 3 in, and Connor K winning the race, Connor, but it wasn't as easy as that today.
No, definitely not. Started from volley really. It's disappointing not to get pole. Bit of traffic on the racing line on the one of the final straights, but it didn't put too much down. But then after that, it was last couple of times in hoping the rain didn't come, to be honest, because I was on for clear 15-20 seconds if it didn't. I pitted one lap too early, and I had to pit again to go back onto the intermediate. So yeah, it was a rough race in the end, but I think eventually got there, and good racing, especially with Assassin, racing Ferrari sometimes as well. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, we saw that error in strategy. You pit for the prime tyre. Was that just a complete accident? Were you meant to go on to the Inters, but they just gave you the wrong tyre?
No, it was... The track was actually still at the right track. I mean, yeah, the rain was still coming down, but the primes were... I was comfortable with primes going away. As I come off the pit and take the first 2 or 3 corners, all of a sudden the rain starts getting heavier, a little bit heavier, and get to the end of the lap and be caught for Inters, so I just thought play it safe, make sure I'm on the right tyre, and hopefully the result come in, and it did.
And yeah, it just did. AZ Assassin a good 2nd place. You and Connor trading places this week from last week's results. Good pole position. How did the race go for you?
I don't know. You know, in the first stint, around 2 laps before, like, the 4th lap.
Yeah.
When Ferrari overtaken me.
Yeah, I've got that written down. I've got that written down. I need to definitely have a look at that again. I'm not too sure. But other than that, you just couldn't keep up with Connor in the last stint.
No, because I just couldn't. And in the last 2 laps, my tyres, both of them were, all 4 were just red. Pure red. Kind of felt sorry for IMW Elites because he couldn't unlap himself.
And Crazy Fish, 3rd place, nicked it on the final lap, and you definitely couldn't go any further on. You definitely had to make that final stop, did you?
Yeah, pretty much, because see what happened, I pitted lap 4, then I pitted lap, I think it was either 9 or 10, and they were both options, and then I went, I think, lap 13, maybe somewhere around there, I pitted for inters, and I knew I was a slight bit early, but it paid off because I think I did pass a couple of people through pitting early, and then I had to pit lap, I think it was 21, because my tyres were just gone, and I knew there was no hope in hell that I was going to be able to finish the race, but I was hoping that the top 3 would pit again, but no.
No, they tried to just hang it out that little bit longer, and yeah, it must feel, it's the kind of thing though, you like it when you've got the fresh rubber, and it proved that in the end that you just nicked the podium on the final lap, around 130R.
Yeah, what's called the Ferrari F1 UK, his tyres were completely gone. When he came out of spoon, he was just flying all over the place, and I knew use all the curves and you'll get past him, and luckily I did.
Well, congratulations to Connor, another win for him, really showing that probably F5's a step to, you know, F4's probably the right division for you. But congratulations to the top 3. And we will be next commentating from the F5000 division from Yas Marina in Abu Dhabi. We will not be here next week. We'll be in the F4 division live from India. But before then, we have classics on Thursday night, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock for the 90s round Jerez. And we'll be starting our India race week on Sunday with the F1 division pre-show starting at 7:35. Hopefully you won't be watching Hawaii 5-0, Crazy Fish, and you'll be watching the race the whole way through. But we hope to see you all watching then, and thanks for some of you commenting, a few of the new guys wanting to join the leagues, getting involved on the chat tonight, and seeing some decent racing between all of you guys. So thanks from us, thanks from Sean. Are you there, Sean?
I'm here, yes.
Thanks for stewarding and commentating with me tonight, and
Last minute, yeah. Okay.
I know, lastminute.com. And Connor, before we go, when's the next social race? It's Friday night round India. Get on the website, you'll see it on the social races section of the forum. If you need a link, someone can give it to you on the chat. But yes, I'm going to go sort out F4 now, and good night from me and Sean, and we'll see you